Today we're making 5 anti-inflammatory recipes with turmeric for glowing skin from within. Acne, psoriasis, eczema, and other inflammatory skin conditions can all be improved by adding more anti-inflammatory foods into our diet. And one of the most potent anti-inflammatories is turmeric. Turmeric is a root, it looks similar to ginger, that is often powdered into this bright golden yellow spice. I prefer to use the powder because it's very easy to sneak into just about any meal that you make. I put it in eggs, I put it in any sort of stir fry, in curries, just about anything. Turmeric is one of the most studied spices, and the research shows that it's highly anti-inflammatory. It's also antimicrobial and supports our health, supports our immune system. So this is one of my favorite spices in the kitchen. Today I'm going to show you 5 easy recipes to incorporate it into your diet. First, you'll dry your chickpeas on a clean kitchen towel, and it's important to dry them off as much as you can so your oil and spices will stick, and also so that they will crisp up really nicely. Then pour your chickpeas out flat onto a baking sheet. Add about a tablespoon of avocado or olive oil, 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 3/4 of a teaspoon of pink salt. If you want some heat, you can add a little bit of cayenne. I'm adding about half a teaspoon, but you could use a 1/4. Then you'll just mix this all up. And you want the chickpeas to be thoroughly coated in all of these amazing spices. Then let this bake at 400 Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Give the pan a good shake and let it cook an additional 15 to 20 minutes until your chickpeas are nice and crisp. These look so crispy and good. So crispy, so crunchy. These are perfect on top of a salad in place of croutons. They're also a great, really quick and easy snack. And I bet when you make a big tray of this, they will be gone in no time. Next, we're going to make curry tahini cauliflower. And this is my favorite way to have cauliflower now. I had no idea tahini and cauliflower were a match made in heaven. For this, you'll need 1 large cauliflower chopped into bite-sized florets, about 1 inch, and it's important to get them to a uniform size and chop them on the smaller side so they cook quickly. And make sure you put them in a really big bowl because we're gonna need that to mix and get all the spices and tahini on here evenly. Then we'll take half a cup of tahini, about a tablespoon of avocado or olive oil, 2 teaspoons of curry powder, and the main ingredient in curry powder is turmeric, hence this beautiful bright yellow color. So that's where we're getting our turmeric for this recipe. A teaspoon of cumin powder, or I'm using black cumin seeds. Then we'll use half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, just a little bit of salt. Now we're gonna give this a really good stir until everything is evenly coated. Then lay your cauliflower out flat on a baking sheet, giving them some room to crisp up. Bake this for 30 minutes, flipping halfway through. Next up, we're making crispy, oven-baked sweet potato fries. First, preheat your oven to 450 Fahrenheit. Cut the sweet potatoes into 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter thick fries. It's important to cut the fries into a similar thickness and size so that they cook evenly. And we're leaving the skins on the sweet potatoes because I'm using organic sweet potatoes, and a lot of the fiber and nutrients lie in the skin and just directly beneath the skin. So if you peel it, you'll miss out on that. Next, you'll want to soak the fries in cold water for about 5 minutes to remove the starch. This will help them crisp up later on. Then dry the fries well and transfer them to a parchment-lined baking tray. So first we'll add a little bit of arrowroot starch. This is going to help them crisp up. And arrowroot is really my secret ingredient because it really helps to crispen things up. A teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, cinnamon, half a teaspoon of paprika, optionally a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper for a little bit of heat, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of pink salt. Then we'll add a tablespoon of olive oil, and we'll just mix this all up really good until everything's evenly coated. Then we'll pop these in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, turning the fries halfway through to make sure that they cook evenly. When they're nice and crispy, you can remove them from the oven and let them cool slightly before serving. Next up, we're making garlic ginger greens. This is a super simple and quick way to get dark leafy greens onto your table every single night. Today I'm going to be using some curly kale, but you can use any dark leafy green, any type of kale, Swiss chard, rainbow chard, collard greens, really anything that you want. So first we'll chop up our garlic, and it's always a good idea to chop your garlic first and let it sit for about 10 minutes because it develops heat protective properties to protect all the active constituents in garlic that promote health and have antimicrobial, antioxidant properties. Then we will set that aside. Next, we'll chop our ginger. You can use the side of a spoon to remove the peel, then chop it quite finely. With curly kale, I like to remove the center stem as I find it a little tough to chew. So I am going to use my thumb and pointer finger to glide this down the stem, and the leaves come off. Then you can just rip these into bite-sized pieces. Now I want to just dry these leaves a little bit before we cook them. So I'm going to lay them out flat on a kitchen towel and just pat them dry. So first we'll add a little bit of oil to a hot pan. Then we'll add a pinch of turmeric, maybe about a quarter to half teaspoon. We'll also add a little bit of cumin powder. Then we'll add our ginger and garlic. We'll just let this cook for about 30 seconds until the spices and the aromatics really become fragrant. So then we will add our dark leafy greens. We can also add a little bit of salt now and black pepper. And the greens will cook down really fast in less than 5 minutes. You know your greens are done when they turn this beautiful, vibrant green and they look wilted just like this. And this dish is ready in less than 5 minutes, and it's so flavorful. Last but not least, we're making 5 spice salmon. This is my husband's favorite salmon recipe, so we eat it quite a lot in my house, and it's always a favorite when guests are over as well. Super simple and easy, of course. Let me show you how to make it. You'll add 3/4 of a teaspoon turmeric, 3/4 of a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of paprika, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Also add a little pinch of black pepper and pink salt. Then you'll get a spoon and mix this up. And now we'll spread this out evenly over our salmon fillets. Heat a pan over medium heat and add a little bit of oil to coat the bottom. Then add your salmon, spice side down. Let this cook for 2 to 3 minutes until a beautiful crust forms. Then flip it and cook another 2 minutes before you remove it from the stovetop and put it in the oven for 5 to 7 minutes to finish it off. And there you have 5 spice salmon. This is such an incredibly easy and quick recipe, but so, so good. And the crispy skin on the bottom is the best. So there you have 5 super simple, quick, healthy, and delish turmeric recipes to clear your skin from within. If you want all of these recipes and tons more, you can head over to my blog, mariamarlowe.com. I will link the specific recipes below in the show notes. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, as it really supports my channel. And if you make any of these recipes, be sure to tag me over on Instagram. All right, guys, see you in the next video.